Okay, so now we look at what is test cross. Okay, so test cross actually it is a crossing between an individual of unknown genotype but shows dominant phenotype with a homozygous recessive individual. Okay, so kalau awak tengok based on the definition here, actually it will involve the crossing between an individual of unknown genotype. Maksudnya kita tak tahu genotype ni adalah apa, tetapi dia menunjukkan dominant phenotype. Okay, so kalau kita ambil contoh dekat sini, let's say the phenotype of the flower here is purple color. Kita tahu dia punya phenotype adalah purple. Tetapi untuk purple color, it will be represent either by homozygous dominant, P besar ataupun P besar P kecil. So maksudnya ni adalah kemungkinan dia punya genotype. But the genotype is unknown. Maksudnya kita tak tahu genotype dia adalah yang mana satu. And then you have to cross it with homozygous recessive individual. So what is the purpose of the test cross? It will determine, okay, to determine unknown genotype. Macam yang saya katakan tadi lah, sama ada kita nak tahu genotype dia adalah homozygous dominant ataupun heterozygous. So you have to do the test cross, okay. So the ratio of the offspring reveals the unknown genotype. Maksudnya bila awak buat crossing and then awak dapatkan ratio yang tertentu, so ratio tu akan menentukan bahawa sama ada genotype dia adalah homozygous dominant ataupun heterozygous. Okay? So yang ni macam yang saya katakan tadi lah, the genotype for a purple color flower may be homozygous dominant or heterozygous. Okay, so now we look at here. Okay, for the example, the dominant phenotype, okay, so dominant phenotype is the purple color, okay, but we don't know what is their genotype. Okay, cross with recessive phenotype, okay, which is the genotype is homozygous recessive. So the recessive phenotype in this case adalah white color. So kita kena buat satu-satu lah. Okay, so for the first prediction, if it is homozygous dominant, okay, or the genotype is P besar. Okay, so kalau awak tengok dekat sini, okay, so let's say kalau kita tunjukkan, okay, if the first probability, okay, kita tengok first prediction. Okay, contohnya kalau misalnya, okay, genotype dia adalah homozygous dominant. Okay, so kita akan tengok what is the ratio that we'll get from the crossing. Okay, so P besar, homozygous dominant. So remember, test cross, you have to cross it with homozygous recessive. So cross with P kecil. Okay, and then what is the gamete will produce? Okay, so for the first one, the gametes, okay, in the gamete dia akan ada LLP besar. Okay, and then for the second, dia akan ada LLP kecil. Okay, and then what is the F1 genotype? Okay, so when you do the crossing, okay, awak akan dapat F1 genotype is heterozygous. So what is the F1 phenotype? Okay, so since awak dapat all heterozygous, so means that the phenotype of the F1 will be all purple color flower. Okay, so this is for the first prediction if the genotype is homozygous dominant. Okay, so now we compare. If it is heterozygous, okay, or P besar, P kecil, so adakah dia akan dapat ratio yang sama? So you have to do the crossing. Okay, so write parental genotype. Okay, so tadi kita tunjukkan kalau dia adalah homozygous dominant, so now change to heterozygous, so it will become P besar, P kecil, cross with P kecil. Okay, so what is the gametes that were produced from the heterozygous parent? So dia akan jadi P besar. Okay, another one adalah P kecil. Okay, and then for the homozygous recessive adalah P kecil. Okay, so now we look at the F2 genotype. Okay, so when you do the crossing, okay, P besar dengan P kecil dekat sini, so dia akan jadi heterozygous. Okay, while the other one, okay, P kecil dengan P kecil, so dia akan jadi homozygous recessive. So bila kita tengok, okay, okay, actually this is F1. Okay, not F2 here. Okay, so this is F1. Okay, F1 genotype. Okay, so this is F1. Okay, sebab dia daripada parent. Okay, so awak akan dapat, the F1 phenotypic ratio, okay, if it is heterozygous, is 1 purple to 1 white. Okay, and then its genotypic ratio. Okay, so the genotypic ratio for this crossing, you will get 1 heterozygous B besar to 1 homozygous recessive. So, bila kita compare, okay, in between, if the dominant phenotype is homozygous dominant, so you will get, okay, the F1 generation all are purple color. Tetapi kalau misalnya, okay, the genotype of the dominant color purple tadi adalah heterozygous, so awak akan dapat ratio yang berbeza, which is F1 phenotypic ratio, awak akan dapat 1 purple to 1 white, while its genotypic ratio, you will get 1 heterozygous to 1 homozygous recessive. Okay, so you have to take note lah the difference between the ratio of the test cross kalau misalnya kita katakan dia punya genotype adalah homozygous dominant ataupun heterozygous. Okay.